Now, Barley, I'm just dying for you to show me some of your treasures in the store here. So would you like to take me on a little tour so that we can all see all these treasures with you? So tell me about some of these little...
So this section over here is kind of like my upcycled homewares and gift section. So it's things for the home, things for yourself. They've either been made here in store or by the local designers, all kind of are eco-friendly. So these blankets are made in Wales and they're made from waste yarns.
Oh, well, they're lovely.
So there's a kind of eco theme over here. And then over on this side, this is more kind of cards and gifts and also my kits. I produce a series of kits called Rethink Rubbish.
Okay.
Which are simple ideas of things that people can make at home using traditional textile techniques and obviously things that they might easily be able to get hold of or already have.
Okay. Well, this one says make your own recycled rosette. Now, that would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So you'd be able to make rosettes for your garments, for your wrist jewellery or a headpiece. And so everything is in the kit that you need to make that particular project. Oh, now this is my colouring. Look. They're the colours I love. All these rich burgundy pinks with a little bit of green thrown in. That looks really lovely.
Scarves, tie fabric.
All threads, all the sewing threads, so everything you need. So that's a wonderful kit to be able to buy something that has everything in it.
So then moving around here to the back, I have a haberdashery section. So I'm obviously keen to fuel people's own creativity, so they may gain inspiration from some of the things that we've made but want to then make their own.
Barley, tell me, what is this? This is absolutely intriguing.
So this is a footstool, and the rope is actually made from bicycle inner tubes, which I've shredded and then created rope and knotted together in using traditional seafaring techniques.
I can't imagine how you did that. That is so outstanding.
Thank you.
This, I think, is just wonderful. I spotted these as soon as I arrived, and lovely velvet fabric underneath for the footstool. But, you know, to come up with this idea is pure brilliance. And to be able to recycle, I think that's wonderful. And it's such a unique piece to have in anybody's home. And so you make those to order?
I do, yeah.
Yep, yeah. That's wonderful. And what have we got here?
So here is a piece which really is an example to highlight my service, the Remember Me service, where people can bring in clothes and textiles that hold sentimental value. And I'll work with that person to create a special object. So it could be a quilt, a cushion, or perhaps a bear. So this one here has used lots of old ties.
That is so wonderful, isn't it? You know, to be able to do that for a person, you know, to help them through their grieving process, to actually make something, you know, that they can treasure and remember that person with. I think that's wonderful, you know, that you're able to do that and that people come to you for that sort of thing. I think there's a lot of joy in it for you to be able to help them, and I'm sure that they would so appreciate being able to have something to keep, you know, as a memory quilt or a cuddly bear or whatever piece it is that you designed for them. So I think that's really a wonderful service. Very, very special indeed.
Hoopla yarn, which is actually waste from the fashion industry, from cotton jersey. And I was approached by a magazine to write a free pattern for their readers. So I designed, and it's all around upcycling, and they featured the shop. So I designed and created this piece using circular needles and the hoopla yarn.
Right. Well, that's got a lovely texture to it. And it's all one piece
So the idea
dress.
is you can create a top or then carry on knitting and move on to a bigger needle and create the
skirt to it.
I'm a brother agent, so if people are looking to buy a machine, they're able to do so here once they've been on the classes and they're feeling more confident, you know, within their skills. So a lot of the people I work with are very new to sewing.
So that they're in the market to buy a new sewing machine to continue on the skills that you're teaching them. So that's great, a one-stop shop. That's really lovely. Yes, it's beautiful. So will we go downstairs?
Go downstairs. Come on down.
Yes, come with us. Look how bright it is, and look at the ceiling. So how did you design this studio here?
Well, I worked with local architects, BM architects, who came up with the concept of these triangular shapes, because we wanted to be very sensitive to my neighbours' light and not affecting their light, because there's a window on the back of my neighbour's shop, for example, there.
Right.
But also to maximise the use of the space. This was a disused yard before, and also to bring in lots of light into the basement area.
It is, it's brilliant. It's brilliant daylight. Here we are now in the sewing studio. So Barley, tell me a little bit about what you do here with your classes and all these lovely things that I can see.
So we do a number of different classes of different textile skills, but one of them that your readers might be interested in is our Refresh Your Wardrobe class, which teaches people how they can reuse what clothes they may have in their wardrobe already that doesn't fit them, or there's just been sat there not in use, it may have gone out of fashion. Or it's also an exciting opportunity to go to your local op shop, the charity shop it's called here, and buy pieces that you can then play with and revamp. So this is one of our popular classes. So this is the space where all my classes take place. As you can see, it's fairly empty at the moment, but usually we'll have all the machines set up. They're stored over there in the crates and upstairs, so they'll get set up. These will become our cutting tables, and it will become a fever of creative activity down here with fabric and scissors flying. You can picture the scene.
I can imagine. I can imagine all of that. It's really a little hub of activity. So I can see by all of your storage, you've got lovely library of sewing books there for referral for the students. And all the machines I can see there in your overlocker.
And I'd like to add, this whole kitchen area has been created by a really inspirational social enterprise called Out of the Dark, who work with young people from disadvantaged backgrounds to give them skills and training and, very importantly, employment. So they came up with this design, and also it was them that suggested the curtaining at the front, because I am, after all, a textile business. And so this is a great opportunity for me to showcase my textiles within the space. So it's a combination of my own designs and my grandmother's found, my grandmother's weren't found, she gave them to me. But
she gave you some of these beautiful tapestries.
Which I held on to for years, wanting to do something with, and now...
Wouldn't your grandma be so delighted to think that her work is now being enjoyed by so many sewers, and that you can see this every day and think of her?
Definitely. And also she's the person that got me started in the first instant in passing on those skills. And that's what I love about teaching, is sharing.
It's the sharing of your sewing skills.
People also then pass that on to others, and people's confidence grow.
Yes. That's the joy of teaching, isn't it? Yeah, it's really so like what we do, back in Australia. So it's so lovely to see that you have that same passion for what you do. So yeah, I think this is just a gorgeous little studio here. Well, Barley, I've had a beautiful afternoon with you today, and I'd like to thank you so much for sharing your studio with Jacqueline and myself and all of our readers and subscribers. I'm sure that they'll be so thrilled to see all the wonderful things that you do here. So I'd like to thank you very much for that. And
thank you. And thanks for visiting Fabrications. It's been lovely to meet you. And cheers.
Cheers. And look at this, we've got special cups, hand sewing. Now, I'd like to introduce Tommy to you all. Now, as you know, I love cats, and I have Samuel Bow back home in Rosewood Cottage, and I've just made friends with him, and he's just so lovely and purring. He's just a really sweet little boy. And, oh, would you look at that? Oh, he is a dressmaker. Look, he's got a notch in his ear.